Let's learn how to quickly and easily add a light to your cake topper projects. Hey friends, I'm Tara from CraftTaraCreates.com and I'm sharing how to make a light up cake topper. Don't forget to grab the free beginner's guide to Cricut cake toppers. The link is in the video description. Alright, let me show you the lights we are using. These are multicolored LED balloon lights. They are ultra small and lightweight, but have a bright multicolored light. There is a little tab on the back, and when removed, the light is triggered on. But you can add the little tab back into the light to preserve the battery. These are perfect for cake toppers because they're very lightweight and small and can stay really well with just using a little bit of hot glue. Jump over into Cricut Design Space and I'll show you an easy way to add balloon lights to your cake toppers. To start, I have a 6-inch circle I added using the Shapes tool on the left side of Cricut Design Space. In this example, this circle will be the bottom layer of the cake topper. Now for the balloon lights, and you can find these on Amazon, we need to make a small hole for the light to go on. Make a small circle that's a 1/2 inch wide. This is just the right size for the balloon light. Place this little circle where you want the light to be on your cake topper. You can decide if you want the light to be hidden behind something else or to shine right out. Once you're happy with the spot, select both the circles and click Slice. This creates a dedicated space for the balloon light to sit perfectly. Now I've already put together most of my cake topper, but I left a spot for the light. In my project, I made a shaker cake topper and I used tape on the back to close up the hole while I finished putting everything together. Now we can work on the back of the cake topper where we need to add the little light. Go ahead and pick out a light. Probably want to do a quick test to make sure it works and everything's good to go. And when you're ready, peel off the washi tape and get all those little bits back into the cake topper and back into the shaker part. This is where you're going to need your hot glue. The little light fits perfectly in that hole. It won't go all the way through, it'll just kind of sit perfectly in there. So what you want to do is add hot glue just around the outside edge of that little hole and set the light directly in there. That's all it needs to hold. You can add a little bit of extra glue if you want, but it's a really lightweight light, so it doesn't take much to hold it. Go ahead and let your hot glue set. And then when you want to try it out, go ahead and pull out the little tab and you can see how everything came together and is lighting up. I love how the light just fills the whole inside of the shaker window. It's really fun. All right, we're not quite done making this a cake topper, so go ahead and add the tab back to the light to turn it off. And now we want to add a stick. And I'm going to show you the way I like to add a stick because it makes it more removable. I use a scrap piece of paper, and what I do is add the stick to the paper. You can see here I'm kind of lining it up with my Cricut mat and using that as a guide to figure out where the center is. So I add the stick to a piece of paper. Then I try to line up and figure out where the exact back of the cake topper is so I can get it somewhat centered. And what I'm actually going to do here is add the paper to the back of the cake topper. So I'm going to glue on the sides and then add the whole sheet to the cake topper, the back of the cake topper. This does a couple of things. It disperses the weight a little bit better so you have more control. As you can see here, everything looks good. It's all secured, and there we have our cake topper version. Now, if you want to remove the cake pop stick here, if you did it this way, you could, just like this, you could cut out the cake pop stick and it wouldn't damage your project. That is why I add the cake pop stick in that way, so that I can remove it without having to rip it off and potentially harming my project. Here's the final cake topper with the balloon light. I hope this was helpful, and leave a comment if you're excited to try adding lights to your own cake topper projects. That's all for me today. Happy crafting, everyone!